Now, with regards to the Supreme Court, and the head of the Supreme Court, the CJN of Nigeria, and the Onogan issue, of course, the matter is sub judice, so I'm not going to go into that deeply or go into the technicalities of the matter. But let me only say that prior to that the National Assembly was invaded by the executive arm of government. And so you find that there's a systematic tearing down of the democratic institutions of our country. Now, what did the PDP do when the PDP came into power? Of course, we tried to build up all our institutions and strengthen them. The PDP government believed in the independence of these key institutions. And so the NJC was created. The Federal Judicial Council Commission was created, only to give sanctity to that institution. Now, flawed as the judiciary may be, the judiciary has managed to stabilize our country, a very, very diverse country. Post-election, Nigeria is the one democracy in Africa that has not had problems after any democratic process. In 2015, there was a seamless movement from one political party to another political party. So we've gone from consolidation elections to transition elections all seamlessly. And at the very heart of that was the judiciary. Now, for you to try to tear down that institution, to desecrate that institution in such a way that makes the Nigerian feel that they cannot trust the institution, trust the judiciary, means that we're tearing down all our institutions. We're tearing down the judiciary. The rule of law was set aside. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria was set aside. And what that means, in essence, is that we have broken all the 10 commandments of the democratic processes. And I believe that by doing that, we weakened not only the judiciary, but our democracy as well.
And do you think this executive lawlessness has got something to do with the 2019 election?
Your guess is as good as mine. I think that even if it didn't, it would appear that it does. And, you know, in government and governance, if it looks like it, chances are that it is. Image is everything. The optics of it are very wrong. The optics of it will allude to the fact that it has something to do with the 2019 elections. It may very well not, but you know, the optics, the timing, and the deliberate attitude, the total disregard for the Constitution, the appearance of desperation that is driving these issues, that puts a flagrant disregard for the rule of law and the Constitution aside, would smack of some kind of desperation that would be likened, or could be, you know, likened to what would happen in a fascist regime that is trying to take over power by force. So
when you think about what has happened in the different elections that have been conducted in different states, and where one party seems to win it, have it all, even when it's obvious that the opposition have won. If you look at Osun, Ekiti, Edo, and all, and you see how the election went, I would be very worried when, you know, the electoral bill is not signed. With all those examples, what are you people, the opposition, really doing about to ensure a free, fair, and credible election?
I believe that the opposition, is doing what she must do. The opposition is informing the Nigerian people that while we may be the beneficiaries of it, because we're the ones we're the political players, that the Nigerians will be the ultimate beneficiaries of a democracy that's deepened, of an economy that's opened up, of jobs that will be created, of a government that understands gender parity, of a government that has a clear-cut idea as to what to do with the burgeoning security challenges that Nigeria has, of a government that understands the plight of the Nigerian people, of a government that has been there, understands what governance is about, understands that in deepening and strengthening our democracy, we can only build a country that is better, that understands having friendly nations, that understands foreign policy in such a way that opens up the Nigerian spaces, increases Nigeria's respect among the community of nations, and opens and says to the world very clearly, Nigeria is open for business. Let me also say that under the PDP government, that the creative arts blossomed. I mean, Nollywood was thriving, Nollywood was big, and the image of Nigeria was soaring out there. We had it was under the PDP government that the musicians, even the music arts, grew and exploded. It became a major foreign exchange earner to Nigeria. It was a cultural revolution for Nigerians, and I believe that that Nigerians should vote for a country for a government that understands